Breaking today, Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's epic disaster at the Sundance Film Festival, where they can't even fill one movie theater.
Meghan Markle forced her own introduction, and she did it again. She inserts herself where she doesn't belong.
At least have the Duchess of Sausages have the opportunity to see the Duchess of Sausages 50 Shades of Orange Marmalade.
Sundance is the biggest name in independent film, period. It was founded by Robert Redford and built as a place where real filmmakers are supposed to matter. Tickets can cost up to $6,900, and that's not pocket change. Netflix and Amazon executives fly in just to hunt for the next breakout project. If your movie premieres at Sundance, that's a serious stamp of approval. So when Meghan and Harry announced that Cookie Queens would premiere there, the message was clear. We belong with real filmmakers. What happened next told a very different story.
Meghan Markle attended Sundance for the premiere of her new documentary, Cookie Queens, and she couldn't even sell out the screening.
Sunday morning, 9 a.m., Eccles Theater. Around 150 empty seats sat untouched in the balcony. Entire sections had nobody in them at all. People who paid close to $7,000 for premium passes chose to stay in bed instead of watching the Sussexes. That alone speaks volumes.
How much does it cost and how do you get in? Because you can see that there are a lot of empty. There's one guy or a lady, I don't know, running away from Meghan.
Here's what makes it brutal. The night before, in the exact same theater, Olivia Wilde's film had to turn away more than 100 people because it was completely sold out.
Ticket to the starry and exclusive Sundance screening is typically a hot commodity. These are extremely difficult tickets to get. Same theater the night before, the mob premiere of Olivia Wilde's The Invite, starring Seth Rogen, Penelope Cruz, Edward Norton. Staff had to turn away about 100 actual ticket holders as there just were not enough seats.
Even a small horror movie called Buddy left 40 people standing outside in freezing cold weather because every seat was taken. When real Hollywood talent shows up, Sundance fills up fast. When Meghan and Harry show up, it's quiet. This moment was meant to prove they still had star power, but it ended up proving the opposite. At film festivals, there's an unwritten rule everyone knows. The director always speaks first. It doesn't matter if you're Steven Spielberg or Brad Pitt. The person who actually made the film gets introduced before anyone else. That's basic respect in the industry. Meghan ignored that rule completely. She had herself introduced as Her Royal Highness the Duchess of Sussex, a title Americans don't even legally recognize, and walked on stage before director Elisa Namia.
In a rare move at Sundance, meaning this isn't supposed to happen, programmer Kim Yatani, which is her, welcomes an executive producer to introduce a filmmaker. That's not supposed to happen. That's not the way it works. It's just supposed to be the director and the stars of the documentary. Listen to what the woman says, because you can tell that she's not supposed to be doing this.
And I don't want to say too much because before we welcome our director.
Before we welcome our director.
Can you please join me in welcoming Meghan, Duchess of Sussex?
Then came the speech. Not a quick hello, not a polite acknowledgement, but a full Oscar-style acceptance speech. She thanked her team at Archwell Production and talked about how proud she and my husband are. Notice she never says Harry's name. It's always my husband, a subtle reminder of royal ties.
Look, my husband and I and Archwell Productions, we are...
Already has to, my husband and I literally can't do anything without him. Okay.
Meanwhile, the actual director still hadn't spoken. When Elisa finally got her moment, Meghan stayed on stage, arms crossed, clearly irritated. The attention wasn't on her anymore, and it showed. Robert Redford spent decades building Sundance around respect for artists. Meghan managed to ignore that principle in just minutes.
She decides to do something that no star does. It is not the done thing if you are in the world of lovey movie mayhem. And for Meghan, she wants to be in the world of lovey movie mayhem, so really she should be doing and following the protocol, which is, it doesn't matter how big you are as a star. It doesn't matter if you're Brad Pitt. It doesn't matter if you're George Clooney. It doesn't matter if you're Jennifer Lawrence. You do not speak at a film festival before the director of the movie.
For months, Meghan pushed a story about how deeply personal this project was. She talked about being a Girl Scout, said her mother was her troop leader, framed the film as tied to her childhood values. So when a reporter asked the simplest question possible, "What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?" the answer should have been easy. Instead, she said, "I think universally, Thin Mints is probably most people's favorite. Not my favorite. Most people's favorite." She wouldn't even commit to a personal choice. Later, she tried to recover by saying, "I'm a Thin Mint girl," but it felt forced by then.
This is a clincher.
What's your favorite cookie?
Well, I think universally, Thin Mints is probably most people's favorite.
So she's not saying my favorite is Thin Mints. It's a universal favorite is Thin Mints. Like, you should have a favorite Girl Scout cookie if you're making a Girl Scout movie. It's so bad.
Here's what really happened with this documentary. Cookie Queens was made by actual independent filmmakers. Over 2 years, director Elisa Namia and her team filmed hundreds of hours following the participants involved. They carefully edited it all down into a 91-minute film. The project was already fully completed before Meghan and Harry stepped into the spotlight. Then, and only then, did Meghan and Harry swoop in with Archewell money and executive producer credits. They didn't film anything. They didn't edit anything. They didn't shape the story in any real way.
Become an executive producer of a movie that has already wrapped up. What are you going to produce? What are you going to do? The movie was already, I think, in post-production.
Zero creative input. The director confirmed this herself in interviews, thanking Harry and Archewell, and noticeably not mentioning Meghan by name. This is a classic Hollywood move used by wealthy, fame-hungry people who want the spotlight without the grind. You bankroll a finished project at the last second, slap your name in the credits, and suddenly act like you built the whole thing from scratch. It's like jumping into a group project after everyone else already did the work, then standing up to present as if you carried the team. Now here's the real bombshell. Netflix passed on this film. Meghan and Harry have a multi-year first-look deal with Netflix. That means Netflix gets the first chance to buy anything Archewell produces. This documentary was developed over 2 full years while that deal was active. Netflix saw the finished product, Netflix reviewed it, and Netflix said no.
All of the movie was made before Meghan was involved. None of it was to do with her at all. They've been involved for 2 years trying to sell this damn thing. Netflix didn't want it. That is why they are at Sundance, trying to pimp out the movie, and it is not working.
Let that sink in. Netflix is the largest streaming service on the planet. They throw money at content every single day. They're already in business with Meghan and Harry. They could have easily added this to their catalog with zero risk. Instead, they looked at Cookie Queens and decided it wasn't worth it, even with the Sussex name attached. That's why the film ended up at Sundance, being quietly shopped around like a clearance item. As of now, the film is still unsold. No streaming platform wants it. No distributor wants it. Nobody is lining up.
As of now and as of taping, no one bought it. It's still unsold. No streamers are getting it yet.
Netflix has seen endlessly, and the latest numbers from With Love Meghan prove it. She's not a draw. She's not a draw. People watch her for the train wreck.
This all comes right after Meghan's Netflix cooking show With Love. Meghan was canceled. Every Archewell documentary has either underperformed or fallen flat. The pattern is impossible to ignore. Hollywood has sent a very clear message. Meghan and Harry do not bring audiences. In industry terms, they are box office poison.
And Netflix can now undercut her completely and 100% on this project if it doesn't sell. Honestly, I would guess that's the game they're playing.
Then came the red carpet fallout. Within hours of footage hitting social media, thousands of comments flooded in about Meghan's appearance. The British press jumped on it fast. Headlines read things like, "Meghan Markle humiliated as critics rip apart unnaturally orange makeup." Her hairline started trending. Comments about thinning hair and visible bald spots were everywhere. The outfit didn't escape either. People roasted it nonstop. Fashion critics, online users, everyone had something to say. It was messy and it spiraled quickly.
Why does Meghan look like so orange? Why Meghan went full bronzer again?
Meghan's greatest love affair is a microphone. And so she is more than willing to go out there and give let's say, her prep Oscar speech.
What makes this whole thing even worse is the timing. Wednesday, January 21st, Prince Harry was in London's High Court testifying against the Daily Mail. He appeared emotional. His voice cracked. He looked close to tears. He told the court that media scrutiny made my wife's life an absolute misery. He said the attention made him paranoid beyond belief. He claimed they have no privacy and that their lives have been commercialized.
Prince Harry in the High Court in the UK saying, goodness me, my life has been destroyed by the fact that people want to write articles about me. And then literally hours later, turning up on a red carpet.
That was Wednesday. By Saturday night, just 72 hours later, Harry was on a red carpet, smiling, posing for photos, giving interviews, standing beside Meghan as she delivered speeches to rooms full of journalists. They made a surprise appearance Saturday night to maximize press coverage, then showed up again Sunday morning with full red carpet treatment. A royal expert told Extra TV, "I have sources very close to the Sussex world, and they were baffled." The expert added that people couldn't understand how Harry could be crying in court one day and promoting a movie the next.
Had Harry standing to the side of the room. There you can see him. He's just watching along with Meghan until he gets the sign, like a little wounded dog, a little puppy dog who's told what to do by his owner.
Let's be honest, you either want privacy or you want celebrity status. You cannot have both. You cannot cry about media intrusion on Wednesday and then voluntarily show up at a major film festival seeking press coverage on Saturday. If media attention is really making your life miserable, you don't fly to film festivals, walk red carpets, give speeches, pose for photos, and do interviews. That's the exact opposite of what someone truly suffering from media scrutiny would do. Meghan and Harry want controlled coverage where they're only praised. They want to use the press when it benefits them and cry victim when it doesn't.
She loves the applause. This woman loves applause. She lives for applause. Again, why she's miserable is that she doesn't, every room she walks into, she does not get declared Meghan Duchess of Sussex and get a round of applause every time.
Here's something most people don't realize. Princess Catherine has been a patron of the Scout Association in the UK for years. She regularly visits Girl Guides and champions the organization publicly. Melania Trump also visited Girl Scouts during her time as First Lady. Both of these examples happened long before Meghan suddenly discovered her deep connection to Girl Scouts. This is a clear pattern. Whatever Catherine does, Meghan seems to try to copy. Catherine champions early childhood development. Meghan launches Archewell, which focuses on children. Catherine works with addiction recovery. Meghan partners with addiction organizations. Catherine supports scouting. Meghan produces a Girl Scout documentary. It's transparent, desperate, and people see right through it. The difference is simple. Catherine shows up consistently. She doesn't turn charitable work into personal PR opportunities. Meghan, on the other hand, attaches her name to finished projects, gives long speeches about herself, and disappears when the cameras go away.
But Meghan's reaction to the director's speech, well, look, let's just watch together because it's very odd. She hates someone else being in the spotlight.
The Sundance disaster tells us everything we need to know. First, their star power is gone. They can't fill a theater even when tickets cost $7,000. Second, Hollywood has rejected them. Netflix said no. Other distributors said no. The film remains unsold. Third, Meghan's attempts at authenticity keep backfiring because she's fundamentally inauthentic. She can't even name a favorite cookie for a movie about cookies and speaks in meaningless word salad. Fourth, the hypocrisy is obvious. Even their supporters can't defend it. You cannot claim to be privacy advocates while voluntarily walking a red carpet. Fifth, buying your way into Hollywood doesn't work without talent or vision. All the money in the world can't manufacture genuine star quality.
This woman is a mess. She is an absolute disaster, and it's not a surprise she's failing in the industry.
A royal author told The Mirror that the number of projects Harry and Meghan have announced that were actually successful is very small. Most have failed. Their Netflix deal was renewed, but in a reduced first-look format, because Netflix realized these two cannot deliver. The only value they ever had was royal family drama and secrets. Once that well ran dry, their worth plummeted. The Sundance humiliation represents the moment Hollywood definitively said, "We're not interested." Meghan thought her Duchess title and royal connection would guarantee success. She thought speaking first, giving long speeches, and posing with Girl Scouts would generate positive headlines. Instead, she was exposed as someone who bought producer credits on someone else's work, can't answer basic questions, breaks protocol, and fundamentally misunderstands what audiences want.
Attending the Sundance Film Festival can cost anywhere from $35 for a single online screening to over $10,000 for a full access VIP experience. I want the VIP experience to meet Meghan. Hey Meghan, it's me!
People don't want word salad or fake authenticity. They don't want to watch someone use Girl Scouts as a PR opportunity. They don't want lectures about privacy from people who actively seek publicity. The empty seats at Sundance weren't just about one screening. They were a verdict on everything the Sussexes have tried to build since leaving the royal family. And that verdict is clear. Hollywood's not buying what they're selling. What do you think was Meghan's biggest humiliation yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button now, like this video, comment your opinions, and most importantly, subscribe, because every single day I share a new video breaking down the latest drama and controversies in royal family and beyond.